Oi pessoal, eu sou o Miltinho Rocha e hoje eu vou trazer para vocês um mundo encantado, com uma entrevista super legal com a Paquita norte-americana Natasha Pearce. Mas não esqueça de se inscrever no meu canal, dar um like e apertar os sininhos. Valeu!
Bom dia, amiguinhos, já estou aqui. Tenho tantas coisas pra fugir.
Até hoje ela é a única apresentadora brasileira que teve um programa nos Estados Unidos. Eu vou conversar com Natasha Pearce. Ela é cantora, ela é atriz, ela é escritora, ela é diretora. Vocês vão ter o privilégio de conhecer essa talentosa pessoa que foi super gentil comigo, super gente boa e tá aqui para mostrar aos fãs brasileiros da Xuxa o quão talentosa ela é. Conheçam com vocês Natasha Pearce. Natasha tem 29 trabalhos como atriz e na música trabalhou com nomes como Rod Stewart, John Tesh, Diana Ross, Shaggy e Ziggy Marley.
This is Goodnight Moon.
The stars in the sky on your way.
I'm Lisa Gibbs, and I have lots of reasons why I want to be on the Palm Squad.
Seu primeiro filme foi Beanpole em 1990.
Don't cover me. You find him. You tell him to go to hell.
You think it's mad at me for making him wait? But I do my share of waiting too, alright?
Well, how long are you gonna make him wait?
Natasha's here. We're gonna talk to Natasha Pearce. Woohoo! Natasha. Hi, Natasha. How are you?
How are you doing?
Hello. I'm so happy. It's an honor for me to talk to someone so talented like you. I was reading about you. You are a great singer. You have a beautiful voice. You are a great actress. You are a great performer. Oh my God, it's an honor. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. But first, I wanted to tell you, I apologize to you and everyone who was waiting for 3 o'clock. I just got tied up with something else. But I'm here now, and I love you guys, and 1,000 thank yous to you, and I apologize.
Natasha, you don't have anything to apologize because we are waiting to know about you a long time. We can wait a little bit more. It's no problem at all. And I was reading about you. You were born in New York, and you moved with your family to Los Angeles, California. Is that right?
I was born in Staten Island, New York, and then I moved from there to California, where I learned how to act, and I learned how to dance, and I learned how to sing, and the career just kind of took off from there. And then I met, Xuxa, during all of my acting and singing, and I had the opportunity to a producer that I was working with on another show called the K-Cal Kids. And he said, hey, there's this lady, Xuxa, she dances, she sings, what do you think about working with her? I was like, I don't know who that is. And they were like, oh, you're going to love her. You should meet her. And then we met, and she's this tall, beautiful, gorgeous drink of water with these fabulous blue eyes and this blonde hair. And the show, I couldn't wait to join after I saw some of the clips. It's just high energy, high energy. And I love kids. So it was just a match made in heaven for me.
But did you have an idea who was Xuxa before you be part of the show?
I had no idea who she was, but to me, it didn't really, because we don't have a lot of shows that you all have in Brazil in the States. So that is the opportunity that I did not have, because if we had Xuxa in the States, I think everybody would have been going crazy, you know, the same way I did when I joined the show. It was absolutely amazing. Like I said, high energy. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to be a part of the show.
Então, gente, ela falou que ela não tinha. You remember how was the audition process for you being the show?
The audition process for me was quite easy, I would say, because they wanted somebody who could sing and who could dance.
This part I'm gonna ask you a little bit more about your singing and acting career, because I read a lot and I'm so impressed. But before that, I'm gonna ask a question about the Xuxa show. So, did you have any funny situation with the kids? Because you worked with a lot of little kids. Any kid who was pushing you, asking you for a hug? Did you have any funny situation with the kids?
No, not that I remember. The kids were all, I think if there was anything funny, I would just say that they just wanted hugs a lot. Either it was from us, Xuxa herself. We had American kids who kind of knew who she was, and some of them that didn't know who she was, but they just wanted to be on the camera, and they wanted to sing the songs, and I didn't mind. The problem that I had was I wanted to pick all of them up, you know, and they're like, no, you have to put them down. And like, but I want to squeeze them. I want to hug them, you know? So I just wanted to pick. None of the kids were ever mean or, you know, anything like that. We were just all having fun,
Xuxa said in some interviews that she had a problem because she has a language bar and it was a problem for her. Did you have any situation it was helping her with her English?
Situations with her it was kind of understood, you know. It was basically because we had more one-on-one time with her, as opposed to dealing with a group of children and her trying to give directions to everybody. So when we sat with her, it was basically sing the songs, and then we had our dance rehearsals and, you know, things like that to know what the songs were. And it was just basically to make room so that she could do her movements and be choreographed in the right direction and the sections of the stage. But no, I mean, as long as the part of the eye connection, and if we're working in the same group, just kind of saying the words a little slower, you know, to know what she wants. So it's basically, you know, the kids can be around, but not underneath me, and I can't have them grabbing me. But the language barrier, not too much for me, not too much.
Então, I heard you gave a cute nickname to Xuxa. You call her a Xuxu. It's true?
You know, I don't even remember that. I don't know. Maybe I did. It could have been me. Because back then I was so silly, I was so crazy, and I always want to stand out and be different. So I could have. I don't know. If she said I did, I probably did.
How was to work with Ana Paula, the Brazilian pixie?
Oh, great. There was no problems. You know, sometimes, I mean, you know, I do remember there was one point where we might have gotten a little, had a misunderstanding, because I think it's like the world, because there was so many kids. Like, in Wonderland, it's like, but I was talking to you, and I was like, I spaced out because I was in another world. But working with the girls, you know, where it was nothing. There was no fighting, nothing like that. It was all love, and you know, it was really all about the kids and Xuxa. So we really didn't have time for each other so much.
Did you do you keep in touch with Xuxa? Have sometimes you talk to her or not?
No, after the show, we kind of, went our separate ways. She had to go back to Brazil, and I think she might have been continuing on with some other things. And the show here in the
Mm-hmm.
States, once it got canceled, or once, it ran its course, we didn't really stay in contact with each other, but maybe like for a couple of weeks after, we kind of missed each other. You can only do so much, but of course you didn't have
Oh,
FaceTime, you didn't have Instagram, no kind of social. So it was either going to write a letter or pick up the phone, but she was Shusha. She was, always
yes.
busy. So,
How was to work with Marlene Mattos, her manager?
great. Like I said, the whole team of Shusha, they were always taking care of her, making sure that all of her needs were met. And at the same time, it was basically an agreement to, when working with her, that we just basically did our job, which was basically just to be happy, which was to keep the kids in line, kind of happy, and just kind of in their sections, singing songs and just learning our steps, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
Shusha was all about, happiness and love, and the kids just kind of giving back in that sense.
2 years old, you told your parents, I want to be a singer, I want to be an actress. And another story was saying, you don't want to be an actress, don't want to be a singer, you just want to be an ice skater. And your mom forced you to get a singing classes and acting class. So which story is the real one?
They're all the truth. So I wanted to be, because when you get a little older in school, you want to, you figure out what you want to do. So I was like, you know what? I saw Mary Lou Retton. She was a really gold medal star, Olympic winner, gymnastics, champion. And I said, I want to learn how to flip just like that. And I want to do, all the stuff that she's doing. And I want to be an ice skater because I want to do what they're doing. And she's like, oh, that's nice. We're going to put you in acting, and then we're going to make you a singer. So you're going to go across the street to the church, and you're going to learn how to sing. And then as far as the ice skating, no, we're not going to do that. So that's how I became an actress and a singer. So I never got to ice skate and never got.
14, only 14 years old, you made your first movie, Bean Poe as Lisa. How was that experience?
That was pretty cool too. I'd have to say, because once you start working with different people,
Mm-hmm.
it is a whole different experience. So doing that show was, televised.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like Shusha, so there was no dancing, there was no singing, there was no acting. But
Mm-hmm.
of course, it's fun because it's a whole other team that are working together to put on a show to entertain,
Mm-hmm.
basically the world.
Wow. 29 credit as an actress is a lot. Do you prefer comedy, drama, musical, horror movie? Which kind of acting do you like to do?
It really, let's see. I like to do, I don't think I've ever been asked that question before. I know I like to watch action movies.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like comedies because I get to be silly. And I guess you would kind of say the dramedies, if you will, because
Mm-hmm.
most of the time I was casted as like the mean girl, with the kind
Oh,
of attitude or whatever. But I mean,
really?
yeah, but when you get to know me, it's like, gosh, she's so crazy, So it's fun because I have 3 kids now, and
Mm-hmm.
they're all insane. They're all insane. So they take after their mom, so they can all kind of sing. None of them can dance. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. That part I cannot. I don't know. But as far as the craziness, they get the craziness from me, and they're really happy kids. But I would have to say dramedies, to where you kind of have a little bit of drama,
Uh-huh.
maybe that little, that kind of.
So you were in a TV shows, Friends, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Roundhouse. You made the Drive Me Crazy movie. With all those shows you were on it, which ones is your favorite?
Okay, so you said Buffy. Oh, now Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That was pretty fun. And then okay. So I'd have to say, out of all of those, Roundhouse might have been my favorite one because
Oh,
I laughed at myself. doing that show. And there was a lot of choreography, a lot of dancing, and there was a lot of talent on the show, and which is so crazy. Quite a few of us still keep in contact with each other. So Mark and I are still in contact with each other, and he has children now. And Seymour Green, we keep in contact with each other as well. And he was one of the dancers. So there was a lot of talent, and especially working with Benny Hester, the producer, and his wife, and the people behind the scenes who were writing the songs, and the stage was awesome, and the jokes. I mean, it was so many retakes because we kept laughing at ourselves. So that might have been the best one. And then we had a live audience at the same time too, which was kind of like Xuxa. You have the dancing, and I have to say Roundhouse was probably my favorite because I get to do all of the things, acting, dancing, and singing at one time.
Wow. Oh my God. I'm so in love for you. I'm going to be your biggest fan, Natasha.
Oh, I love you too.
So hold on. Only 18 years old. You were a backing vocal for Diana Ross in a Super Bowl halftime. How was that?
Diana Ross I never got a chance to tell her this, but she was like a mom to me. So growing up with my mom was awesome. They were great, but when you have your moms, everybody thinks, oh, my mom doesn't know anything, whatever. And my mom's also Jamaican. So, my mom's, she's a tough cookie, but, she was awesome, very strong, educated. She had 10 jobs, so she's always working. So by that time I turned 18 and Diana Ross goes, hey, you want to work for me? What? Is that even a question? I was gone, I was out. So in becoming a young woman, and especially being 18, I learned everything about being a lady from her. I stopped wearing full underwear, and she danced in dresses without a bra, you know what I mean? So very classy at the same time. She had a head on her shoulders, of course, but she was a full-grown woman, and she's been in the business for years. So she taught me a lot.
Wow, she's a real diva.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah. In 2005, you had an album, Catch the Feeling. I was listening, and it's available on Spotify. If someone want to buy the songs, just go to Spotify. Was a dream coming true, make an album?
Yes, it was for me. Okay, so with that, it was like I had a goal. It wasn't supposed to really be anything, is what I was thinking. The goal was to make an album, see it in a store, and be able to go to the store and buy it. And once I did that, I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. I enjoy being the backup vocalist. Performing is great because I've worked with legends, you know what I mean? I've worked with Diana Ross. I've worked with Lionel Richie. I worked with Rod Stewart, still working with Ziggy Marley, which, by the way, we're going to have some streaming coming up here next March, in March live. And all of those people are, legends, basically.
So this question is talking about the icons you have been working. So you worked with Diana Ross, Lionel Rich, John Tesh, Rod Stewart, Ziggy Marley. You are open for all different style of music.
Yeah, Diana Ross is all R&B, so that's the world of Motown, so all of that stuff. And then Lionel Richie, kind of the same, but more male dominated, Temptations and Earth, Wind and Fire, Gap Band, that style of music, but it's different, great kind of music. And then you have John Tesh, whole different genre, different type of vocals. And Rod Stewart is rock and roll. That's something completely different. So your technique and your style, the harmonies are different. The approach is different. The style of dancing is different. And then Ziggy Marley is a whole other, you know what I mean? So, but that's my background. So it's, for me, it's because I love music so much. I love everything. So I have on my iTunes right now, maybe over 3,000 songs because I listen to everything. So I have bluegrass, I have opera music, I have, of course, salsa, I have Latin music, I have R&B, I got hip hop, I got reggae, I got reggaeton, I got everything.
Wow.
So, yes.
I'm gonna send you some samba, okay, for you practice.
Please,
samba.
please,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So Natasha, the black community in Brazil and the black community in America are yelling for respect. After the George Floyd case, people are going out fighting for your rights. What do you think about that?
As far as, you mean fighting for rights?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So with that, everyone has rights.
Yes.
So it's all about, for me,
Mm-hmm.
being treated equal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have your children who are, let's say, not Black, you would expect for all of the children to be treated equally. You don't want one child getting treated, nicely and the other one being mistreated. You don't want, just because you're Black, that you have less than, or you're not as smart, or you're not as beautiful. But everybody's beautiful in their own way, right? So
Yeah,
why should I
yeah.
be treated any differently than somebody else because of the color of my skin?
True.
So Black people are known, or were known to or depicted as, monsters, as rapists, as, thieves, or things like that. And we're not that,
No, we are not.
that's not the definition of what Black is.
What make you happy?
What makes me happy, honestly, is making other people happy, because I feel that I was put here on earth to make people smile. Right. So I see, for me, when I see someone feeling down, or you're going through something that is tragic, let's say, or you're going through something that is what I call a trial, and it's not your day, you're having a bad day. What I do is say, well, let's take a look at what's going on in your life. Let's just take the day, for example.
Yeah.
You didn't make it somewhere on time. This didn't have to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run, and everything takes time.
Natasha, I'm sorry, but I have someone ask you here if you have been in Brazil.
Yes, I have. I had to think about that. I was there with Rod Stewart, because I'm getting Belize and Brazil. I was like, no, I haven't been to Belize, but I have been to Brazil. Ask me where in Brazil, I don't remember, because we were only there for like a show for maybe a day, so I didn't really get to walk around. But yeah, I've been there. People are so beautiful. I'm like, gosh, why wasn't I born?
Oh my God, stop it. You are so pretty.
I would still take half Jamaican, half Brazilian. Then you couldn't tell me anything. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
And are you American or Jamaican? Are you American?
Well, okay, so it's kind of hard to say, because both my parents are Jamaican, both born there. My mom has, there's 16 of them. So they're all born in Jamaica.
Okay.
And then I was born in New York, but my brother's born in Jamaica. Everybody's born in Jamaica. So I wasn't raised by, like, the American culture. It's just like we have certain rules and things, how my mom raised us, how you talk to people, hierarchy, respect, and things like that. And there's none of this and no, because my mom is like, what?
Stop
Come here,
it.
let me talk to, right? Done. So I would say I'm a Jamaican. I'm American, Jamaican American, or American Jamaican, but I just say Jamaican.
Can you send a message to your fans and another message to Xuxa?
Okay, first to Xuxa, I would say I wanted just to say thank you so much for the opportunity of letting me, work with you, or work with her, I should say, because I mean, as you pointed out, and I never really looked at it like that, of being the first Black or African-American person to work with her. But when we were introduced to each other, it wasn't like, oh, you're going to be the first Black. No, it wasn't like that. It was just, okay, you're another Paquita, you're another Pixie, so I didn't see the color thing, at the time. It was just work for me. So my message to her would be, thank you so much for the opportunity. Love so much. And then to the fans, it's like, this to all the way to whatever is past the moon and back, like all of these all around. and thank you for letting me be, the face of encouragement, the face that, you look up to. And I just appreciate it so much. And I just send all of my love, kisses, and all of that.
Natasha, thank you so much. I really appreciated spend some time with you. You are so lovely. I'm your biggest fan. I was reading everything about you. I was watching all the shows. I never watched the.
You are very welcome. And I'm so glad that you reached out to me. And I'm so glad that people are still thinking about Xuxa, thinking about the shows, and actually remembered me after all of these years. That's insane.
All right. Thank you so much. Kisses from Xuxa,
Yes.
from your fans. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome.
Thank you.